everyone. Hello, hello, and hello. Now, let me say this is take two. Good day to everyone. I am author Teresa Banks, and you are watching Ellacec Publishing Live. And I say that this is take two because I had actually began my program at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Those of you that know me know moi, Miss Kitty today, aka also known as Miss Kitty Teresa Banks, that I believe in starting on time. Those of you again that know me, y'all know completely that is true about me. And so, my apologies to those of you that were here earlier where my green screen was showing and everything as I tried to start my show. And so, again, here we go. Reset. It's all good. It's okay. It is okay. Technology can be forgiving. Not every time, but sometimes it can be forgiving. And so, here I am restarting the show, and I am happy that I can do so. Now, before I jump back into things again, I do want to say a happy Father's Day. I hope those of you that are celebrating today, you have your feet put up. You don't have anything that is on the table to do. Hopefully, you're out to lunch or dinner right now. And I just hope that you enjoy your day. Thank you for all that you have done in raising your children prayerfully to be great members of society. And now, this is your day to rest and relax. Now, everyone, I'm going to be talking about a great subject today. And that subject I'm going to bring here onto the screen: book publishing, fictional characters. That's what I'm talking about today. I know some of you have thought about a different type of work that you may want to write. Maybe you're working on, in fact, a work of fiction, or maybe you are pulling together a play of some kind and you have fictional characters that are within it. Well, if so, I'm sure that this program will assist you. So definitely watch it in full. Now, I do want to ask, as I do every show, that if you have not done so already, please go to the Ellacec Publishing Facebook page, like, share, and follow the page. And also out there on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to the Ellacec Publishing YouTube channel so that you will be able to catch some great things that I place out there. Information that on occasion will be live, and also where you will be able to see recorded things that I have placed there out there all as well, I should say, that hopefully will be of benefit to you. Now, some of you may be asking, how did this cat costume situation come about? Because again, I am talking about fictional characters today, but this particular idea of a costume came from somewhere. You see, a few months ago, I was on vacation. It was Halloween time, and I was dressed as a cat, full gear, as you can see here, including the tail. I had to do it all the way up. Now, I was with a buddy of mine, the Black Panther, and he told me he was going to dress as a panther. And I said to myself, okay, well, I'm going to dress as a cat of some kind. Needless to say, this costume came about, and I decided, well, since I am speaking on this particular subject matter today, specifically fictional characters, why not dress the part, right? To hopefully help the subject matter become even more realistic in regards to the topic at hand. Now, every time I'm doing Ellacec Publishing Live, again, keep in mind, this is our community, an opportunity for not just me to share with different writers, but for us to converse with one another. And so you are more than welcome to put information within the chat, either right now during the live program, or certainly later you can do so as well. You may have something to share. You may have questions or concerns, and there may be occasion where I place it right here across the screen so that others can see what you mentioned as well. Now, I love being organized, and so I always have an agenda. I call it the purple board. And here on the purple board, I'll be talking about, as it says, fictional character types, a fictional character scenario, and a key topic here: how to build a fictional character. So, not just the different character types that are out there and available to us as writers, but I'll draw that picture of an example on how you could use them, and then certainly talk more in regards to how you can build them for sure. So let me go ahead and jump into this very first area that I want to discuss, which is fictional character types. Now, American writer Jerry B. Jenkins says there are 8 fictional character types. You see them listed here on the screen: the protagonist, the antagonist, the sidekick, the orbital character, the love interest, the confidant, extras, and the foil. Now, with the protagonist, that could be our main character and typically is. They are the center of attention. That character has heroic qualities. They may be imperfect, which is always good. It makes them, I believe, even more relatable, right? Now, the antagonist tends to be just the opposite of the protagonist. This is the villain, the possible person that has a sad backstory. They exhibit some type of power and they typically help the protagonist to grow. And this character has believable motives as well. Now, next up, this next character I'm going to speak on is the sidekick. Often they could be the second important character. And hey, the protagonist needs a friend, right? They could be the possible friend to our main character, the protagonist. Now, next up, the orbital character has a certain role as well. They could be the third important character, the instigator, y'all. They are causing all types of havoc, causing trouble. That is their main function within a story. And then here's a character we enjoy: the love interest, the object of the protagonist's affection. We really appreciate this type of character and, of course, their story. Now, the confidant is an important character as well. The person the protagonist trusts like a mentor. It's good to have someone that you can tell your secrets to, right? And then next up, extras. We see them all within our stories, these background characters that help to move the story along. They certainly have a significant role, therefore. And then, as I said, the foil, the character exposing things that you need to know about the protagonist. Now, truth be told, if we think about all of the different characters we've ever seen, certainly a lot of them in movies, in different stories. And take, for example, James and the James Bond movies, playing the role often as the protagonist. Or what about the antagonist role, like Freddy Krueger and those Nightmare on Elm Street type of movies, right? Or what about a sidekick role like Robin in the Batman series? There are different roles, different characters. And so this is really important to keep in mind, because as we are painting the picture of our different characters, we want to spell them out. We want them to have their own being so that we can really get to know these characters, really get into their lives and their livelihoods. And then you never know. Maybe we'll love them like the protagonist. Maybe we'll hate them like the antagonist, but sometimes we can love the antagonist as well, because as I mentioned, they may have this sad backstory, a backstory that we can actually relate to often, right? And so we may therefore really enjoy the antagonist as well. And as I said, the extras, all these different characters. And sometimes when we're writing, it doesn't mean that we need every character type, but definitely the character types specifically for your story that will help move it along. Now, next up, the area that I want to talk about is really, I think, beneficial because it will give you a visual. Oftentimes, if I'm looking at certain things with my eyes, in order for it to really translate and be up here in my brain, it helps if I have that visual context, if I'm able to see it and to visualize it. And so that's where I'm hoping that if you see this fictional scenario that I'm now going to step through, that it will help you to envision how these characters could play a part within your work, whatever that work is. Again, it could be a work of fiction, poetry, whatever type of genre. And as I step through these characters, in the upper corner on the left hand side, you'll see a box. And as I step through and I check each box off, each character off, I should say, with a little check mark, you'll know they've been covered within this fictitious story that I'm going to paint. So here we go, a fictional character scenario. Again, to give us the visual, there's the box that I mentioned of the character types. And I'm going to put a little check mark when they've been covered. Now here I am, moi, Miss Kitty. Yeah, I'm going to be the protagonist in the story, the center of attention, the main character in the story. Let me give you a little bit of my fictitious background. I'm living on the west side of Chicago. Chicagoans, you know the west side is the best side. I'm a sales associate at PetSmart. I'm single with no kittens, and I need money from the bank for some catnip. Here's my Catmobile. I need to get to the bank some type of way. I'm going to drive. You see me inside of the vehicle. Now I'm going to move off. I'm going to roll away, drive off, and head to the bank, right? Now stick with me here in the story. Not just any bank, this beautiful bank with pillars in the front, brown highlights around the doors and windows, some green foliage in the front, gray stairs, and tons of parking. Lots of parking all around. And here I am in my Catmobile. I'm going to pull right in. You see, I found a nice little spot there pretty close to the entrance of the bank, and I get a call from Panther. Look at that box up top. Character types. He is my love interest. So we're talking it up. As we're talking, other people are pulling up at the bank, like this person here on their motorcycle, right? Well, Panther and I, we finish up our conversation. And before I get out of my car, other people, they're still pulling up, coming up to the bank. Some can drive better than others. Now, it is what it is. I get out of my car. I'm holding my Hermes bag, y'all. Diamond, as well as a certain type of skin to it, leather. My beautiful bag. Now, I can't hear the conversation, but people are talking in that yellow car. Some dude named Jack, he says, I'm snatching that purse when she come out. Now, you see in our box up there, character types. Jack is serving as our antagonist, our villain. And then someone else is in the car with Jack, a guy named LaJuan. He's saying, do it. I mean, the nerve. LaJuan in this case is sidekick to Jack. Now, actually, there's someone else in the car. We can't see that person, Latron, LaJuan's twin. And he's saying, bet she got some money, probably because of my purse, the type of my purse, right? Now, Latron is our orbital character, causing a little trouble, right? Whatever. Let him talk. Here I am. I'm inside of the bank, right? I'm trying to do my thing, transact my business. Someone is behind the counter, the teller. Look at our box up there again. That teller is an extra in our story, helping to move our little story along. Well, while I'm in the bank, ring, ring, I get a call from my buddy Batman, right? And I'm telling him something. I say, look, Batman, I noticed two guys watching me in the parking lot. Batman says, you good? I'm like, Batman, you know I am. Now, I couldn't see the third person. Again, there were really three people in the vehicle. I couldn't even see the third person, but whatever. Two people, three people, whatever. I tell Batman I'm good. And Batman is my confidant in this case. But Batman is serving another role, y'all. Listen, look up. Look at this. Batman tells all of you the purse I'm carrying is a knockoff. Y'all know good and well. Y'all know good and well. Not me. I didn't spend that kind of money. Not for no purse. Now, Batman tells you something else. That my purse contains a utility belt like the one pictured here. And so again, I'm good. Like I said to Batman, I'm good. He knows I have a number of things that are in my purse to take care of business. So here I am. Back, I'm in front of the bank in this particular case because Batman now has served as the foil to give y'all the additional detail about me, the protagonist. But whatever, I'm making my way down those stairs. Let those three people those three people try something. Not the two I thought were in the car, but the three people, let them try something. Because again, I'm ready. Now, I've covered all 8 of those different character types. And I'm going to take just a really quick break. Hello, everyone. This is author Teresa Banks, and I'm here to tell you that the Ellacec Publishing website has a lot to offer. You can purchase all 5 of my books, including my 3 works of nonfiction: Becoming a Published Author, I've Got a Testimony, and Surviving a Layoff. My 2 works of fiction are also available for sale from the website. Those include Parenthood and Woman of Integrity. There are 5 different classes that I teach online, and you can register to attend those classes by way of the website. Those virtual classes include Surviving a Layoff, Zoom, PowerPoint, Book Marketing and Promoting, and Becoming a Published Author. You can purchase a video ad that will contain the content that you provide after you've made your purchase, and it'll be similar to the type of advertisement that you see by way of this particular video now. You can also buy jewelry that I've handcrafted myself, and you can purchase an I've Got a Testimony t-shirt. Go to the ellacecpublishing.com website today to make your purchase of any or all of the items that you see displayed here on the screen. You can also reach the website using the QR code located on the left-hand side of the screen. Thank you in advance for shopping at Ellacec Publishing. All right, I am back. Did you hear me meowing behind the scenes? And guess what? Mission accomplished. Mission accomplished. I have my catnip. And as we say, old school, no cobs. Oh my goodness. Thank you all for your patience today and playing along with me on this very important subject matter. I've been talking about book publishing, fictional characters, book publishing, fictional characters. I know some of you are working on your incredible masterpieces, and I am just here to try to assist you along the way, dressed as Miss Kitty, a kitty cat today, talking on this subject matter. And before the break, I first gave you 8 different character types, not that I describe, but Mr. Jenkins, as I gave him credit. Those were all his specific character types that he mentioned, right? And then after that, I did draw up and pull together an example for you, a visual. Again, hopefully you may be like me where that visual helps you up here in the brain to remember what the different character types are, but actually kind of seeing them in action, right? That's what that visual was all about, where I was playing the protagonist, trying to get to the bank just to get some money so that I could go get the catnip. So again, I took care of that little piece of business. So let me bring the purple board back up so that we can see where I left off. Again, I talked about the first 2 subjects you see at the top. Now I'm going to discuss the last area on how to build a fictional character. How do we build these characters? I told you what those character types were, and I gave you this whole example of the bank thing, right? But if you are pulling together a manuscript, I'm sure you may be thinking, well, what do I do? How do I start? Give me some tips, Teresa, aka Miss Kitty, what I do in order to even pull these characters together, right? Because we want them to be some memorable characters. Now, let me go ahead. I'm going to bring up, I always create these little video clips to step through. Here's the last one that I'm going to step through right now on, again, this topic of how to build a fictional character. Well, first, give them a character type. Which type are they? Once you find that out, then you can better, obviously, describe them based on that character type. Now, next up, after we know their character type, let's go ahead and establish some basics, right? Can we give them a name? We need to give them a name. Let's determine their appearance. What are they going to look like? Let's define their personality. Are they good? Are they bad? Let's take, for example, Dr. Spock. Character names matter, right? What about the Joker? A character's appearance matters. We remember the Joker and what he had on. And what about the Black Panther? A character's personality matters. So think about that when you're pulling them together for your characters. Now, we need to give our characters depth for sure. Describe their strengths and weaknesses. Identify various relationships, like with family as well as with the friends that they may have, and articulate what motivates the character. Let us know as your readers. Let me give you an example here. Think about the depth of Superman, right? If you've ever seen his story and you know his story, you know he was born in a pretty unique place. That he had a day job, right? It wasn't just Superman. He had cool superpowers. We love that about him. He had a sweet love interest. And one more thing, remember that kryptonite? He had a weakness, right? He had depth. Now, develop their backstory. That's something that we want to do when we're pulling our fictional characters together. What's their education? Where are they from? And then something else, how do they make a living? Those type of things let us know what they're all about. Think about those horror movie characters, and I myself love horror movies. They have interesting backstories, like Chucky, the killer doll, on that far right-hand side here, at least from my angle. It might be on the left for you. But our characters, each and every one of them, whether they be horror or whatever, again, they tend to fall within a specific character type. And then from there, we can step through all of the other areas that I just mentioned and pulling out that character and really describing them for our readers. I remember when I worked on my very first book, Woman of Integrity, right? And friends were reading it, family members were reading it, but I'll never forget one particular family member who read my work who said, I wanted to know more. I want to know more about that character. And in essence, what he was saying to me, my cousin Pops, if you're watching Pops, this little piece here is for you, and it's about you. First cousin Pops, what he was saying to me is that my characters did not have enough depth, that I just gave them this barely on the surface type of place and build, and I wasn't really describing a whole lot about them. And so how could I expect then my reader to really sink their teeth into my characters if I had barely given them a life, if you will? So make sure that you please use these tips and suggestions. And again, those of you watching either right now, and I thank those of you watching right now, and I thank those of you that will watch later, put them in the comments if you have some input and suggestions on other things that people can try when they're looking to build out their fictional characters. Now, before I let you all go, there are two more things. If you've been watching me on Ellacec Publishing Live, you know I always close with two things, right? The first thing I close with is an ask that you check out one of my past videos. And in this case, there are two past videos that I would love for all of you to check out. You see them on the screen right now. At the very top, you see the QR code, and that QR code will take you over to the Ellacec Publishing YouTube channel. Once at the YouTube channel, you'll be able to then see these two videos that are available to you for playback. The first one was from my very first Ellacec Publishing live show entitled Book Publishing, How to Develop a Manuscript. Let's say you're a brand new writer and you don't even know where to start. That particular subject and playback of a video on YouTube will help you because it'll give you an idea, depending on your genre, of how to move your work forward. And then the other video to watch, my second episode from Ellacec Publishing Live, was book publishing, how to overcome writer's block. Let's say you don't even know how to begin, period, of a manuscript to pull it together. That will help you. Or let's say you did know how to start, but you're stuck. And if you're stuck, that particular video will certainly help you on how to overcome writer's block. So again, please go to the Ellacec Publishing YouTube channel and check out those two past videos to see that information out there. And again, I think it'll be a benefit to you, and pass it along. Don't be stingy. Pass the information along. Share the Ellacec Publishing YouTube information after you yourself have subscribed, so that, again, other writers can be assisted. And now, before I close, I am going to play the very last thing, which is a last video, which always gives you a heads up on what I'm going to talk about next. If you ever have any questions or any type of ideas on what you would like me to talk about under this subject matter of book publishing, please go to the ellacecpublishing.com website. At the very top in the corner, you'll see an area that says Contact Us. Press that button, fill out the short form, and I will get back to you in regards to your comments. Or again, you might want to just say hi. You can just say hi. That is completely fine. I thank you all again for tuning in, whether it be live right now. Hello to those of you that have popped in, and those of you that are here right now watching. Hello again to you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your support. And happy Father's Day again to the dads. Everyone have a wonderful day. Until I see you next time, meow. It's been a pleasure to speak with you on this day. Take good care, and ta-ta for now. Stay tuned for that video on what's coming up next during the month of July. Here we go. I'll let you know. Hello, this is author Teresa Banks. Ellacec Publishing Live broadcasts on the third Sundays of every month from 3 o'clock p.m. until 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please like the Ellacec Publishing Facebook page and like and subscribe the Ellacec Publishing YouTube channel. Coming up on July the 20th, the topic will be book publishing, the publishing process. Please go to the ellacecpublishing.com website, where you can purchase copies of my books, t-shirts, jewelry that I've handcrafted myself, and a video ad. You can also register for classes that I teach, and they will be presented in a virtual format. I look forward to seeing all of you on the next broadcast of Ellacec Publishing Live on July 20th. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day.